In this video, we're going to take what we learned about the normal distribution and apply it to a real-life situation. So here we go. The score on an exam for entrance to a firefighter program are normally distributed with a mean of 200 points and a standard deviation of 20 points. About what percent of the candidates score lower than 160 points? Well, as we answer this question, the first thing that I would recommend you do is I would draw a little diagram that shows the mean and the standard deviation in the context of one of those bell curves. So to show you what that would look like, I would, here's my line that would make up the bottom, and I'll just draw a quick curve. Back to the marker here. So here's my bell curve. Again, it doesn't have to be super exact, just a rough sketch is fine. I'll draw some partitions, so I've got, here's where the mean is, and one deviation on either side. Here's 2, 3, 2, 3. So you just get the general idea. I'm going to label each of these spots with, so the mean is 200. So I'll put 200 in the middle, 200. And the standard deviation is 20 points. So each one of these marks is going to be 20 points in one direction or the other. So I got 220 is one to the right, and then 240 is 2 to the right, and then 260 would be 3 to the right. Same thing going to the left. I've got 180, which is 1 to the left. A little messy here. 160 is 2 to the left, and 140 would be 3 to the left. So with a diagram, I think it makes it a little bit easier to answer the questions that are posed to us. So about what percent of the candidates score lower than 160 points? Well, anybody that's less than 160 points is going to be somewhere in this region or this region right here. Well, what percentages exist in those particular spots based on our normal distribution? Well, if I go back to the previous set of notes, I know that we had, I'm going to bring back my magic stuff here, there's 0.15% is beyond 3 standard deviations, and 2.35% will be right here. If I were to add those two things together, 0.15 and 2.35, that would tell me what percent is in this particular region. Well, that would be about 2.5% is going to be down there in that region right there. So that'd be the number that I would have for anybody scoring less than 160 points. So we'll go 2.5%. A little messy, but you get the idea. Now, the next one, candidates with scores above 220 are admitted into the training program. Good for them. So what percent are admitted into the program? All right. Well, above 220, see 220 was right here, one standard deviation away. So we're looking at the percentage in this region, and this region, and this region. So I know that these two together are 2.5 already, so I'll put a little 2.5 just to remind myself, because that's what I had that was down in this region. I'm going to add this guy right here. Well, let's see, I think this was 13 something. Let me go back and check, right? Check your standard deviation numbers here. What percent is in this region right here? Oh, 13.5%. We're pretty close. So take the 13.5 plus the 2.35 plus the 0.15, and we're going to have, adding these two things together, 13.5 plus 2.5 is going to equal 16%. So according to these test scores and standard deviations, we're looking at about 16% of the candidates that get accepted into that firefighting program. And that'll do it for this quick video.